Hello everyone, my name is Rahul Maurya and this session is on Cisco Call Manager upgrade procedure, right? And in this document, I have prepared the upgrade procedure from 12.5 to 14 version, right? And before proceeding this session, so let me give you the brief about myself. I'm having around 17 years of experience in voice domain, mainly on the Cisco Call Manager of our platforms, right? So. In the sessions, I will explain how we can proceed or prepare documents or implement the upgrade from any version to the latest call manager version, right? And going further on these sessions, I hope you have basic understanding of the call manager, uh, right? And what are the tabs and where we have to go to uh, deploy the phone, take the backup, all the things, right? If you are not having those informations or those knowledge, you can refer my previous recordings or sessions, right? So let me start the sessions then. So the procedure to upgrade the call manager cluster from 12.5 version to 14 is like we have to first download the files, the upgrade file from the Cisco site, and let me show you how you can download that. So this is the website, right, or the Cisco site from where you can check what version you are going to upgrade your call manager, right? For example, in my lab cluster, I have upgraded it from 12.5 to 15 or 14 version, right? So you can see from here, once you log into the Cisco website and you can check the version, right? Like whether you want to go to 14 SU5 or 14 SU4A, right? So you can click on that and you can see the download option over here, right? And before that, you can also have to take capture of this information, like uh, this one, right? MD5 checksum. Just if you click over here, it will copy the information of MD5 and you need to paste it somewhere in your notepad that this is the MD5. I will let you know what is the significance of that, right? So this is the MD5 value, and here the show 5 into checksum value. You can note it down somewhere. So this is the value, okay? And you can see the size of the file, right? It's around 4 GB, right? And once you click on, here is the options to download. Once you click on the download, it will download in your local machine. Before that, you have to log in or you have permission to download that upgrade file, right? Because Cisco needs you to be authenticate whenever you download any files from their website, correct? And there are few more files, some cop files are there which you have to download from the Cisco, and that is used for pre-upgrade or post-upgrade files, right? So I have downloaded those files in my system, and uh, now I will show you what you have to do exactly, right? So once you have that file in your local machine or local laptop, right, you have to put that file in your SFTP file server, because from the CUCM we can download the files only with the SFTP servers, right? So I have one SFTP server in my environment, and where I have placed that file so that I can download it from that SFTP server to the call manager, right? And this uh, here you can see the screenshot. um, you have to go to the OS administrations and then upgrade, right? You have to select the source as a remote file systems, because I have placed the file in my SFTP system, right? And here you have to mention the path, whatever path you have created in your SFTP file server. You just mention the path and the server IP address and username and the password. And your username and password should have all the permission, like upload, download, all the permissions, right? And then the transfer protocol, that is what I have mentioned is SFTP, correct? And then you can see that options, upgrade option, which says that continue with upgrade after download or switch version server after the upload the file, right? And it says valid only for a iOS file. So what I was trying over here, we are upgrading our call manager from 12 to dot 5 to 14 version, right? And for that we have downloaded the file. In case if we have to build a new cluster or new system, we have to download the ISO file, right? So that is the bootable file, right? So this is the procedure where you can point your call manager to the SFTP server where you have placed the file, right? Now the next screenshot is uh, once you click on the proceed on the previous screenshot, next, the next screenshot will be like this. Here you can see that Cisco, this is the pre-upgrade check file, right? So before upgrading your call manager, you have to be make sure that your system is capable of upgrading your call manager cluster, right? So for that you have to run this file, right? And you need to first download this file from the Cisco call manager or Cisco portal, right? So once you click on the next, it will comes like this. You have to click next. So system will take around 10 to 15 minutes and it will run some files in the installer. You can see that that running instance on your screen, right, on the same GUI web page. And once everything is done, it will says complete and it will take hardly 10 to 15 minutes, right? And you can see uh, some informations like in my environment, I just capture few information that will be helpful for you to understand. So once this pre upgrade file runs on your systems, you will see the output like this, that some information says pass. You can see over here that pass, that means it says that you have sufficient common partition available for the upgrade, whether you are upgrading call manager uh, to 15 or 14, right? So that's the way you can validate that your system is capable of upgrading from your current version to the whatever version you are upgrading to, right? For either 14 or 15. And also I can see some fails. It says the OS and infrastructure check, which fails. And it says this server is using an older file system, right? To resolve the installations or upgrade failure, either backup your source release in the new virtual machines with 110 GB virtual hard disk, then upgrade to 15 version, right? But for me, I'm upgrading it to 14, so I don't, I can ignore this alert, right? But if I'm upgrading 12.5 to 15 version, I have to follow this procedure, right? To resolve the installations, I have to install a new call manager cluster with the call manager node with 110 GB of virtual hard disk, right? And then I can upgrade to 15 version. And I have to restore the system from the backup file, right? And then it also says, right, so there is no information on the 14 version, right? So I'm good with the 14 version. I can upgrade, correct? You can see here it says upgrade to 15, release 15. So I'm good with the 14 versions, right? So that's the way you can verify your current version of the call manager is capable of upgrading your system from whatever version to 14 version, right? Now, the some write-up is there that before upgrading the procedure, upgrade process, take pre-capture of the phone, SIP trunks, and you have to take the call manager backup, right? So these are the pre-steps which you have to perform, like capture the status of the phone, how many phones are there, how many are registered, how many are unregistered, what is the status of the SIP trunks, what is the status of the your gateways, right? All this information you have to take care of there before the upgrade. And also you have to take the full backup of your call manager cluster, like publisher, subscriber, and it should be somewhere in your infrastructure, and that should be reachable from your call manager in case if you need to restore your system, you can reach that file server from your call manager, right? Now, if everything is fine over this side, I mean you have checked your pre installation things, then you can start with your upgrade, right? So here you can see, I mean from this procedure you can verify that your cap system is capable of upgrading the system, right? Cluster. Now you have to start with the upgrade file, right? Whatever you have downloaded the file from here, right? What is the version of the call, means this 14.01, right? Now you have to upgrade your publisher node first, and then the respective other nodes like uh, TFTP server, subscriber 1, subscriber 2, whatever nodes you have in your environment, right? So you have to log into the call manager, go to OS administration, click on software upgrade, install upgrade, and then you have to mention the path of your uh, call manager uh, call manager file, right? So here you can see that Cisco Unified OS administration, right? And generally it has some different password. I mean, some organizations are having this password as a different password as compared to your admin password, right? So you make sure that you have all the password available before doing the upgrade procedure, right? So after that you have to go to the software upgrade. This is the tab, and then there is option for install upgrade, right? Let me put it over here. Let me make it big. Okay. So now again, you have to follow the same procedure. Like you have to select the remote file system and the directory where you have to place the file, and the server SFTP server IP address and your username and the password, right? And again, there is option to upgrade options like continue with upgrade after download. What means once the file get downloaded from SFTP server to your call manager system, it will start the upgrade, right? And if you check both, like switch version after upgrade, it will upgrade your active partition. So before going procedure further, so let me tell you, there is a two partition in your call manager. One is active partition. Active partition means whatever the file system or whatever the version is there in active partition, that is your call manager version, right? If I run the command show version active, so it will reflect me the what is the current version in my call manager. And there is other partition, that is inactive partition. So inactive partition is like your previous version of your call manager. Ideally it should be the previous version, but if you have you are using new cluster, right? I mean new node, there might be nothing come up whenever you run the show version inactive partitions, right? So I will explain more on this point later. Uh, so once the file get uploaded, then you can start upgrade. This will upgrade inactive partitions software with Call Manager version 14, right? So you don't have to check both the checkbox. You have to click next, and once you click next, it will says that you must validate the MD5 values and show values, right? So here you can see that file, right? Whatever the file you are trying to upgrade. So it says that 14 version, right? And MD5 value. This is the value of the MD5 values and show 512 files. You can match that same with your these values, right, which you have downloaded or noted down from while downloading the software. So it will authenticate or not authenticate but validate that the you are using the correct file and there is no integrity issues, right? And also it says that version options, the current version is this, upgrade version is this, right? So here on this point, the system, the CUCM call manager has downloaded the file from the your SFTP server, right? And once you click on the next, it will start upgrading your call manager, right? So you will see these options, these not options, but these installations logs. So it will take maybe around an hour or maybe more than that, right? So it is doing, it is untiring the files from the actual installer and installing the files in your call manager, right? So as I said, it will take some time. For me, it took around an hour or or more than that, right? And then once everything is fine and your system, you will see this screenshot. The next screenshot that is it says that complete, right? So mm, that means your inactive partition has been upgraded to 14 version, right? Now you can log into your CLI mode of your call manager. You can check what is the active version, like show version active. So you can see over here that it says 12.5, right? Because the upgrade procedure I haven't checked on switch version, right? So that means my inactive partition has been upgraded to version 14. If you can see over here, show version inactive, inactive master version is 14 version, right? So that means after following this procedure, my inactive partition has been upgraded to 14 version, right? So as I was saying it earlier, that there's two partitions, one is active, one is inactive. So your inactive partition is 14 version, and now what you have to do, you have to swap the versioning, right? So there is a command like you can see over here, util system switch version, right? And once you run this command, you will it will prompt that do you really want to switch version between versions. You have to press and yes, and then hit enter, right? So again system will reboot and it will take a minimum 20 to 30 minutes in switching the version, right? And once everything is up, you will see, I mean the system is up, you can log into the again to the CLI mode and you can run this command show version active. So you can see over here that system is upgraded to 14 version, right? And inactive partition is 12.5 version, right? So that's how you can upgrade your active partition, right? And here is a command, you can refer it later, right? Show version active, show version inactive, right? So these are the screenshot. And this is the these are the write-ups which I was talking about, that once inactive partition gets upgraded, you need to switch version, right? Once you start the switching version, you just apply the ping to the call manager node. Once you get the ping response from the upgraded node, log into the CLI of the call manager and check the services. So there is a command util service list. So it will reflect you what are the services running on your call manager, right? Once your system restart, you have to validate all service should be in a started mode, right? And generally it will take around 10 to 15 minutes, right? You can see that some services are started and some are starting, or some uh, mm, yeah, you can see over here CDI repository manager it's starting, right? And other services you can see started, right? So main services Cisco DB Cisco DB started, replicator started, right? So one, so you have to actually wait for 10 to 15 minutes that everything is started, right? And once Tomcat service is also there, once everything is started, you can log into the CLI mode or GUI mode of your call manager and validate the version over there. And once everything is fine, so once you perform this task, you have to again do some post validations, right? So post validations will be like phone registrations, whatever the phones count was there before the start, you have to just validate that, right? And the database replications and web page access, right? And the SIP trunk status and make incoming outgoing calls, right? So some keynotes over here, like first, whenever you perform your upgrade task, you have to upgrade publisher first, right? And when publisher is upgraded, you can start with the other nodes like TFTP servers or your subscriber nodes, cup server, right? And once everything is fine, just wait for a few minutes, then you can start. You can follow the same procedure for the Unity upgrade. The procedure are the same, right? You have to start with the publisher of the Unity and then the subscriber, right? And the validation should be, I mean, so you have to do the thorough violations, right? Like what is the status of the phone before and after the activity, right? Database replication, it should be good, right? So there is a keyword, I mean, numbers are there. Uh, some whenever you run the commands, util database db replication, db replication status or runtime status, you should validate that it should be number 2. That is means that database is working fine, right? And the web page access, you have to validate that every nodes you can access the web page, right? Whether it's publisher, subscriber, you just enter the IP address and well and validate that every web page is working fine. And then zip trunk status. So if you are having connectivity with your SBCs, right? So you just need to validate that SBC trunk status is good, and then you have to make some incoming and outgoing calls, right? So these are the basic steps which you have to follow while upgrading your call manager, right? And as such, I face some challenges after the upgrade, like database issue, right? So it was fixed like rebooting all the cluster uh, after the upgrade. Like uh, in my normal procedure I perform this task, right, and everything is fine, but the database was showing as a uh, not replicated good, right? So what I did, I just rebooted my cluster and waited for few minutes, and then it came up. So I hope you like the sessions, and if in case if you need any assistance or any inputs or any questions or any validations or anything you need, you can just uh, give me the put your comments on the comment sections. I will reply on that. All right. Thank you so much. Have a nice time. Bye bye.